be a second while I try to get my bots up. Got my Nightbot in there. I'll check Fussbot in a minute. He's being a pain in my ass.
Regulate speed to clear of exclusion zone.
And Fussbot is active.
Hey, are you still at the store?
Scan detected.
You know, you might as well just hang out over there, get you some breakfast, and because I'll be able to get a hold of them in the next hour, and I'll open the store over here. And if you're on that side of town already.
Yeah, crane shift drive charging.
What now? I said, since you're on that side of town already, you might as well just stay over there and I'll open the store over here till we get a hold of it. That way you can get you some breakfast and wake up and get you dark pepper and I'll open the store over here.
Ready to engage.
We'll get you back to eat, get you dark pepper. That way your morning's not completely wasted.
No, I'm not gonna lie, there are times where my death
Oh, I know it. Oh, you
equals the
break
Mariana
that deal, right?
Trench,
That's a good thing.
and other times my death equals the shallow end of the swimming pool. I'm hitting this with death, with tops of death. Death.
I sure will. Oh, God. The city's worthless. Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, Mystic, I have no problem talking to anybody about it. I mean, people, it's bizarre, right? I mean, you search for answers your entire life, and then when you find them, you realize they're really not that big of a deal. And then people start showing up out of the woodworks to ask you questions, and you're like, why are you asking me these things? This stuff is just, I mean, come on, man. It's kind of funny, actually. I don't know if it makes any sense, but it is probably the most ironic thing that ever happened to me. Spend your entire life looking for answers, just to realize that it's the search itself that makes you suffer. One of these days, I need to just make I need to do a stream and just put non-duality in video games. Maybe I should make it a weekly stream or something. We'll do like Thursday nights non-duality in video games or something stupid. It'd be funny.
Yeah, we should pull a page out of Q's book and do an Ask Me Anything stream.
Oh no, that would not work for me.
Oh, we'll make it adult only.
People don't want to ask me anything. Are you kidding me?
Do you want? Well, since it's always two of us most of the time, and Boozer.
It'd be very dangerous.
It would be dangerous, but it would be fun, I think. Answer some brain questions.
Might want to run for president or something someday. I don't want that recorded.
Well, that reminds me, I need to switch my livery because I bought a new livery for the ship and engine and weapon colors to match. Even though I didn't have like the fucking $7 to spend, but
That's actually quite tempting. That non-duality, that would be funny. People would think I've lost my damn mind to sit here and actually heard what I actually believe or what I know to be true.
because
Kind of funny.
to lose your mind, you must have had one first.
Well, actually, you have no idea how philosophically correct you are about that statement.
Boarding permission granted.
Landing gear deployed.
Just so you know, I haven't been tagged for that landing song yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No. And I land more often than you do.
Right.
Because I'm running station to station. You're running from star to star.
Well, I may.
You know what you need? You need the Anaconda bobblehead for your ship.
I have it. What's on the right-hand side of my dashboard?
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Well, the problem with it, Mystic, is non-duality is not a very friendly concept. It is actually the exact opposite of everything people want. I mean, everything they think they want, non-duality destroys. And so that's why even talking to religious people or anybody that has any kind of concepts about anything doesn't work well for me, because non-duality destroys all concepts. It is the final fire that puts out everything. And so even then, so when I sit down and talk to people, it doesn't matter what religion beliefs they have. I mean, none of it matters. It's all the same at the end of the day. And so even, you know, I used to, back when I was a staunch and devout atheist, which I was a poster boy for atheism. I even gave talks. I went to debates all over the country. I mean, even then, I mean, the Christians didn't like me, but now they despise me even worse. And now it's everybody, even the people that are, you know, you could call mystic, or not mystic's not the right word, but people that are, oh God, I don't know how to put it. Your normal, not normal, God, I can't think of the words. I haven't found anybody except for other non-dual people that can put up with me. And even other non-dual people, it doesn't matter if they put up with me or not, because it doesn't matter. I mean, it's a whole different concept. Well, kind of. I mean, it's not that the people don't want the delusion destroyed, it's that
Frameshift drive charging.
people don't want the delusion destroyed. People don't want the delusion destroyed. I mean, I guess you could say that. It's that the people are looking for something, and what they're looking for is actually nothing. And what they're searching for is the end of themselves. It's the death of the self. And so it's the what they actually are searching for is what they already are, and the last thing they possibly do, because it is the end of them. Not really, Mystic. That's the funny thing, because we're going to talk about this. All the adverts have to change. I mean, this is the one area of conversation that becomes very, very difficult to talk with people about, because I have to change. Because when you're just talking, right? Talking happens. It's just a natural flow of the universe. I mean, these things occur. But you have to change the prepositions when you're talking about this. When you say what. Something that I know. I don't know anything. I mean, I don't know anything at all. Because when you say, when you're talking about me, there is no me. It doesn't exist. right? So I don't know anything. I don't know this. There's nothing that I know. There's nobody here that knows anything. That's the concept of non-duality. There's no one here that could know anything. Yeah, and as I said about the topic, I mean, there's no one here who can trust intuition. I mean, intuition doesn't exist. There is nobody here to experience that. You know, it's the non-duality is the basic idea that, you know, when I'm talking to somebody, there is a person sitting there trying to figure something out. What is here is nothing. There is just this.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Kind of. But not really. I mean, it comes from this faulty assumption that we exist, and we really don't. There is no existence. There is no person. Right? I mean, this concept that we suffer from is that we believe that we are an individual that is trying to achieve something when we are already everything that there is. Right? We are already that. It'd be like some idiot saying, you see that building over there? I'm going to go over to that building because I think I'm in there. I'm going to go try to find myself. So any step you take away from yourself takes you away from the whole point. It's the actual act of seeking truth that causes suffering because of the delusion that we're individuals when we're not.
Lakon Zulu 3 Romeo, you are now in Federation space. Be
Right?
advised,
Of all the things in
joining us
existence,
to
the
this
only
station
thing that actually does not exist is you. That is the delusion that they're separateness.
Authorized. Vector for approach to landing pad 4-1. Automated docking
Well,
assist
nothing
now
is
in
something.
progress.
I mean, it's the concept of thing, right? Thing is derivative from the idea that there's duality, which means there's something here looking at something else, right? So the thing comes up with the concept of there's something separate from me, right? So there's something other than myself, right? So when in reality there's no thing, right? There's nothing separate. There's no duality. So there is no somethings. There is just nothing. And that nothing occurs for no reason, and it happens to no one. That is non-duality. That is the core of non-duality. And you can't. I mean, it's what Buddha taught. It's what Christ taught. It's what all the great masters taught, because they were non-dualists. They understood the concept that there is no thing. There is no thing that happened for no reason. And when the realization happens, and I don't even know. It's hard to talk about it because I mean, there's no one here that realizes it, right? I mean, which is really bizarre. I guess there's some kind of awareness that you could say occurs, but I don't know that's even the right word. But it's almost you go your entire life looking for answers, and then when this realization or whatever you want to call it occurs, that the only thing that was truly illusionary was who you are, it becomes a non-event because it never was. There never was a you. There never was an individual. It never existed. And so it becomes a non-happening. It's just the bizarrest experience ever. Well, I mean, nothing is an illusion if you're saying nothing is something that's separate from you. If you're saying that nothing is something separate from who you are, then yeah, it's an illusion. But there is no separateness. There is no thing. There is no subject-object. It doesn't exist. right? I mean, it's the old adage, you know. I mean, because here, I guess it all starts with a very basic concept that for something to be true, right? For something to actually be true, then it has to always be true. It has to be true from the very beginning. It has to be true in the very end. It has to be true for every single person, right? It can't be different for different people. So like someone can be this religion this week and this religion next week. So the question is not which one is true. The question is if it can change, it's not true, because truth never changes, right? And so in our experience, there's something that never changes, and that is the only thing that can be true, right? And so this illusionary self that we think we are, which changes constantly, cannot be who you are. You're the one that's aware of that, right? And even when I say you're the one aware of that, that's not quite accurate, but words fail when it comes to non-duality. But there's something that never changes, right? And that is nothing. That makes no sense. And that nothing happens for no reason, and it happens to no one. The only thing that's a complete illusion is the idea of self. That's the only thing that's an illusion. That you are a separate individual having a separate experience, that you are separated from anything. That there is something that is separate. That is an illusion. It doesn't exist. And that separateness is what causes all suffering. That illusion of separateness. When even suffering itself is an illusion. Because it's driven from the concept of duality. There is no suffering, because there is no one to suffer. It doesn't exist. I understand, Henry. That's why I don't talk about this stuff on my channel generally. That's why I need to just set aside a night and do non-duality and videos.
Have a productive visit, Commander. Ship released. Follow the greens on your way out.
It used to be the only thing I talked about for years, you know. And then, what ship I'm flying? I'm flying the Anaconda. The big beastie bastard, the Anaconda.
Trespass alert. You do not have permission.
Again, Mystic, when we're talking about this stuff, how do I know? There is no one that knows it. There's nobody here that knows that. You know, I mean, that's where it gets difficult. I mean, you hear me use the word I all the time because it's common usage, right? That's how we communicate as people. But there is no I here that knows that. You see, and a lot of times that's the problem you run into, right? So when you're talking to people, they are under the impression that there is a them sitting there, and there is a me sitting here, and they're trying to figure out. They think I have something. They think I have a secret, or I know something they don't know, which isn't true, because you know, there is a person sitting in the chair trying to figure something out there, and over here there's nothing sitting here. There's no one trying to figure anything out, right? The end of questioning is the end of the person. The death of suffering is the end of personhood, the end of duality, the death of separateness. And once that happens, everything's a huge thing. They think enlightenment is a huge thing. It's really not. It's a non-happening, right? It doesn't occur. It's just realization that there never was a separateness, that there never was two things, right? There never was a duality. There was only this, and this is nothing. And this happens for no reason, and it happens to no one. And it's not what anybody wants to hear. No one wants to know this. There's nobody, because the end of personhood is the death of the person. which that's the one thing the person wants, the ego. That's the one thing the person wants to hold on to, what they're trying to prove. They think they can gather it together and they say, yes, I have this now. I understand this. No, you don't understand it. There's no one there to understand it. If you think you understand it, it's because you're identified with it. Well, yeah. No, I don't remember ever seeing They Live.
Frameshift drive charging.
Sounds like something I would watch, though.
Actually, it's all I know of that movie. It stars Roddy Piper.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1.
But the irony of there not being a separateness, right? The irony of it is that every concept that is had inside of separateness is not real, right? So anything that a person thinks they believe is not real, because it's not real. It's separate, because there's a separateness. If you believe this, to have a belief is to be an individual, right? To say I know this to be true states that there's separateness, right? But in reality, there's no one there that knows that. There's no one there that can know that. It doesn't exist. That personhood that knows something, that belief, that it doesn't exist. It's not real. It can't be real because there is no separate. There is no there or here. There is only nothing. And so, that's the funny thing. That's why I don't talk about it. That's why people have asked me to do chats, and I've talked in front of groups, about it or whatever. I've even had people ask me to do like Facebook stuff, or, whatever, but no one wants to hear it, right? I mean, what do you tell somebody when they come sit down in front of you? What I'm going to tell you has nothing to do with you. This is not what you want. You will get nothing out of this. I mean, I'll answer any question you have, but it doesn't matter. I mean, and you probably won't get it because there's no one there to get it. You can't get it by definition. I mean, it's almost to the point of being funny, and it's so utterly simple, so simplistic and perfect. What am I doing? I can't remember what I'm here for. Horse Bolt. Alright, Horse Bolt. Where are we going, Miss Daisy? Epic Mountain Range. Alright. Well, it's I said, it's the funny part, right? I mean, that's the killer about non-duality and awakening, is that you can't be ready for this message. There's not one single person that's ready for it. I mean, it doesn't matter if you sit in the mountains for 35 years and meditate and eat a single grain of rice every day,
Scan detected.
right? Because you're trying to do it because you think you're a person doing something and you're trying to achieve something, right? You cannot. There's not one single human being on the face of the planet that wants this message, that can hear this message and make sense of this message, because this message isn't about them. It's about them. It's not about a person, right? It's not a person getting hold of something. It's not a person understanding something. That's not what it is. It's nothing to do with that, right? And you know, people, you can give people information, and at the end of the day, it creates another belief, right? And all a belief does is reinforce the person. Okay, now I have these beliefs. I have all of these things set up in a row, and I can say that because I have these beliefs, I'm more of a thing, right? I have solidified myself, right? Which in reality, all of that is, and that's what causes suffering, because we think we have collected all of these pieces of information, and we think, okay, now I know these things. And because I know these things, I'm a person, right? All of that's for naught, right? Because it doesn't exist. There is no duality. There is no belief. Right? There is no separateness between me and this idea, right? And so what true non-duality teaches is not a belief structure, right? I don't give people belief. That's not what I do. Matter of fact, I have nothing for them. This doesn't help them. It doesn't make them a better human being. It doesn't eliminate their suffering, right? All it does is eliminate them, right? It eliminates the illusion. Now, what happens after that, it's really hard to describe, and it's impossible to understand. But there is no, you can't give someone a belief structure, because then you're saying you're separate from everything. Right? There's no classes. There is no steps. Right? I mean, there is no, here's the final destination, and someday you'll get there. There is no final destination. What you are is already here right now. It is completely nothing. It is completely for no reason, and it's happening to no one right at this moment. It is not a goal. It just is. And I have, you know, it's funny. It's a funny thing. That realization shatters the personhood. It destroys who a person thinks they are, because they're not. You're not that. You can't be that. You can't be something that changes. Truth does not change. Truth is always the same. The Awakening Code. I can. I mean, honestly, I don't really read anything anymore. I mean, I don't have questions, right? If I had questions, it'd be different, but there's no questions. I mean, non-duality is the end of questions. There's not. There's nothing that I'm searching for, because there's no one here to search. So, I mean, I don't know. And there is no steps to awakening. There is no process, because a process is something the person holds on to. It's saying, if I do these things, I can achieve something, right? And that just it's not real. There is no person to do things, and it actually reinforces the illusion that there is. The only thing that's not real is the person. It's the irony of all ironies that all of your suffering occurs because you think you are somebody doing something for a reason. And you're searching for an answer. That's what causes the suffering, is the search. Eliminate the search, you eliminate suffering. And you eliminate the person. It's the most strange amount of irony I've ever seen.
Engines disengaged.
Well, Paul, this is a fun game, but keep in mind there's a shit ton of grinding.
Oh my god. This is the most grindiest game I've ever seen in my life, dude. And I have played the most grindy games you can imagine. It is grindy and it has a learning curve. Just unbelievable. Oh wait, I need to go open the store here in a minute, don't I?
Released. Engines engaged.
Oh, come on. Alright. Sometimes these planet landings are a major pain in the keystroke. Oh, I'm so close. No! Come on, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Come on, little ship. Come on. There you go. There you go now.
Landing gear
It'll take me forever to do these missions.
Frameshift drive
Actually, now I'm
charge.
gonna open the store. I'm gonna call those people
4,
again.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Is this Vape OKC? I'm sorry? Is this Vape OKC? Is Vape OKC? 2424? You what? Let's see. Okay, I'll call back in just a minute. I have it saved in my phone. I'll call back. Well, I haven't saved my phone as a Vape OKC, but this is a vape distributor. It's the guys that I use from the city, right? My name is Jerry. I work for Enigma Vapor in Tulsa. Yes. I need you to email my invoice for the shipping coming in. Enigma. E-N-I-G-M-A. Okay, I should have had the invoice yesterday. We do money orders in the morning. We open our shops at 10, so I haven't got my email yet. We need to get that working. Yeah, I know. I'm just this is the name of what I haven't seen. Okay, no, that's not who I'm calling. I'm calling you. And I you made this. All right, thanks. Oh my gosh, people. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Will drive me crazy. All right. Let me see where we're going now. Oh my gosh. I've only done one mission so far in my quest to get my thrusters.
Lakon, Zulu 3, Romeo. Follow all federal docking protocols before attempting to dock. Access approved. Proceed to landing pad 08. Automated docking confirmed. .3,000 meters from touchdown.
Landing gear deployed.
Decrease your speed to
What's your
100.
effect?
You'll be right back, folks. Hope he realizes he didn't actually exit the menu. That's what he chose.
I guess it helps if I go ahead and fish. Click OK.
Yeah, I was just saying that.
That was a little bit silly.
That was silly.
Oh, bother. Won't get this done anytime soon. I can already feel it. You get 6 people in your cargo bay and they all want to go 4 different places. That's a lot of places to go in the universe.
It is.
But it's good money. I'll get my thrusters, so I need to finish it. And then I'll see what's next. I mean, I already got the ugly. I already ate the ugly frog. We're eating the next ugly frog now. First ugly frog was 1,036,000. That's an ugly frog right there. What do I have invested in my ships now? Hold on, let me see. I'm curious. Current assets 350 million. Credit spent on outfitting 204. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you overheat on me?
Okay.
Landing gear retracted.
Locking bay access is denied. Don't risk annihilation.
What are we thinking?
I might change my location. Because I just found Felicia Winters sector, and I might just start doing missions in that sector and pledge my allegiance to her.
What? Change your allegiance to her?
Yeah,
What's her benefits?
don't know, don't care.
Then why change your allegiance if you don't know what her benefits are? And it's a girl. I'd be allegiant to a girl.
It's Federation, so.
You're already in the Federation.
Ready to engage.
I'm not doubting that you should do it. I'm just saying I'm trying to figure out the reason.
There is no reason. You know me better than that.
Okay. I'm making sure. Sure I wouldn't get lost there in the weeds. Fuel scooping complete.
Fuel scooping.
Holy shit, 60 new settlements found.
Ah. What?
60 new objects found in this sector.
That's always nice. I need to figure out what to do to unlock that second engineer. Most to-dos. I'm not going to really worry about too much engineering until after I get this ship over.
My game is spazzing out.
Send me something?
Yeah. How it's
Let us see
spazzing.
what's Let us see what Zero sent me. Come on, load. I don't run into something while I'm looking at this. Come on, come on. Are you going to load or no? Whoa, and I'm being come back in and I'm being interdicted.
Hope you're armed.
Yeah. I am faster than them. He just deployed his hard points when I was taking off. Fast as fast can be, you'll never catch me. not the right angle. Slow down, pony. Slow down, pony. You're gonna hit this thing like a sack of potatoes if you're not careful. Here we go. Line her up. It's gonna hit a planet. It's expensive. It's expensive to blow this ship up. It cost a penny or two. Fast and real, never cost me. What angle am I going in? I haven't hit atmosphere yet, have I? Looks like I'm at about a 40 degree. Ish. Come on. Give me some numbers, baby. No? Don't want to give me numbers? Okay. There we go. What am I at? Ooh, I'm at a 47. This is pretty steep. Worse than I thought. Shouldn't hit it too hard though. I should be fine. That's a little better. Now we're cooking with bacon grease. Hey, look at the bad skills. 30 degree right on the button.
Okay. Which one doesn't belong? Eggs, your wife, or a blowjob?
Eggs, your wife, or a blowjob, which doesn't belong? My wife. What do you ask?
The blowjob. You can beat your eggs, you can beat your wife, but you can't beat a blowjob.
No. Well, my wife has nothing to do with cooking or the other one, so yes.
It was a joke, by the
One
way.
of these things just ain't like the other. One of these things just don't belong. Which, I don't know if I really... I probably should Google my wife. I don't even know what she is. That woman that I pay for all of her shit. I never see.
Well, you're still legally married, so she's technically still your wife.
Legally... First term.
Or call her ex-wife because you're legally separated. Or technically, by definition, legally.
Who knows? I try not to worry myself with technicalities. Alright, where are we going to now? What is that way up there? What am I way up there? Oh wait, are we close to something else? Where am I? What the hell's going on here? Guess we'll go over here. The love boat, exciting and new. Step aboard, expecting you. Soon we'll be making another one. Oh, we're not even Super Cruise. Just bound and determined to slam into a planet today. It's alright, Dutchman. It's alright, girl. We'll get out of this. Yeah.
Boarding permission granted. Landing gear deployed.
Jumps do I have? 6? 6 jumps. 6 jumps.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Yeah, I wonder who that is. What's today's date?
The 7th? Friday?
Ooh, Thursday. Friday. You are. It is Friday. We still have no dates for me. Now hold up. When the new Transformer movies any good? Are you a Transformer movie fan?
I am not.
Hey, I believe they sent it.
Oh, did they send us?
I believe they sent it, and I believe that they're a collective group of dumbasses, just so you know.
Oh, I already knew that.
The conversation I had with them this morning was special.
Special.
Yes.
Trust me, I understand.
Yes. I'm pretty sure that their entire company picnic should just include bouncy castles. I'm pretty sure that would be their mentality. All right. I'll see you in a little bit.
All right, cool. So I'll be there a little bit later.
Bye. Current level of mentality. Bouncy castle. I like the Transformer movies. I don't know why. I didn't like Transformers when I was a kid, but I like the movies. I haven't seen the new Pirates of the Caribbean either.
Landing gear
Is that Johnny
retracted.
Depp in it? That's the thing.
His man crush.
Yep, it's a thing.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, merciful heavens. I do think I'm going to town this afternoon. I just don't know when. I was very depressed when I found out my steakhouse doesn't open till 5. I don't want a steak.
Fuse complete. Fuse switch disengaged.
Frameshift drive charging. I'm not here. Why are we saying we're here? Freeholm. My next destination is just up ahead. I've uploaded Freeholm. Freeholm. Well, why is it not on the list? Freeholm's right there. You want me to go to a base? That doesn't make any sense. Alright, Victoria. What are you looking for at Freeholm? Freeholm Victory. Alright, that makes more sense. Is that a asteroid with a base on the side of it? Hello. Sure, I'll look it up. Mm-hmm. Send him the number. Not asking any questions. Better just not to ask questions.
He's bounce house special.
Lakon, Zulu 3
What now?
Romeo.
He's
Follow
bounce
all
house
federal
special.
docking protocols before attempting to dock.
Nah, he good people.
Authorization cleared. Land on pad 08. Assisted docking initiated.
Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is an asteroid with a base on the side of it. That's like 4 minutes away. Good God! Oh. 3 down, 19 to go, probably. After I get this one done. I did it all for the thrusters. The thrusters.
Reports of heavy traffic within the area. Maintain safe clearance distance.
God damn it, Zero, I'm gonna make you laugh today if it kills me.
Hmm.
I'm yawning. I blame Boozer. I wonder if he went to bed early last night. If he was up all night.
Scan detected.
This is a speed-restricted zone. Throttle down immediately.
Landing gear deployed.
Greenholm must be an asteroid. I don't know what it is. I know I'm locked onto something that I'm not going to go see right now. Something else is supposed to. Matter of fact, can I see? Greenholm Baker. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What you working on, Zero?
Nothing at the moment.
Just hanging out doing your thing?
Yeah.
You know what's weird about recruiting pilots? You know, the NPC pilots?
Yeah.
They take a percentage of everything you do. Trade, missions, everything. Or even if they're inactive. Check that out. That is wicked. That is a asteroid base. Have you ever seen one of these before?
Only pictures.
That is neat. You see this, Zero?
Yeah.